If I know my German knife laws, which I'm not an expert, that's a new genre that I've not like explored. That's cool. Steam effect. Now they're gonna quote me on that whenever they disagree with me on something. Hey everyone, David C. Anderson here coming at you from the Knife Center. Welcome to the hottest new knives that have just hit our shelves of the week. So hot. Steam.
Be careful.
Steam effect.
That's more work for me.
Biggest news this week, a bunch of new stuff from Boker and Kizer. So much, in fact, I'm kind of only scratching the surface of what you're seeing here. If you want to see all of the new stuff, of course, follow the links in the description or the QR codes that are going to be up there as well. But let's start with Boker, shall we? They've done a few things, making some things more affordable in some cases, but also giving us some nice upgrades to, well, this model in particular. The Rockstub was extremely popular a year or two ago when it was released, but it was a very budget-oriented folder. They've kind of taken it a step up, so to speak. Originally, I think this was actually part of the Boker Magnum line, but now it's been upgraded to the Boker Plus line, or it is still in the Boker Plus line if it was already there. The steel has been upgraded from 440B, I think it was, to 14C28N, so a nice, appreciable jump up in blade steel here. And a good move that they did it, because like I said, this was an exceptionally popular model despite having like very entry-level specs to it. People did respond to it really well, so good move on them there. Price on this is about $59.50, 2.65 inch blade, or 6.4 actually, 14C28N, a very versatile drop point. Slightly on the thicker side perhaps, and with not a full flat grind, they've stayed with a design that has a bit of strength to it, especially when you consider the toughness that 14C28N brings to the table, but it's still very useful for everyday carry, not a boat anchor, not a thick pry bar type of blade. It's still gonna slice pretty decently. Black aluminum handles, reversible deep carry pocket clip, true deep carry, as you can see, pokes there out the back. Nice action on the crossbar lock. Ball bearings in the pivot with that. Good snap on the thumb stud as well. Sort of a 3 to 3.5 finger grip depending on your hand size here, but you can see there's plenty of space around that pivot. If I choke up, even with my slightly larger than average hands, despite it being a small knife, I've got a full 4-finger gorilla grip on that bad boy right there. There you go, the Rockstub 2.0, available now. This next knife it sort of reminds me, or it seems almost like a fixed blade little brother to this little knife. It's the Lil Friend, a micro fixed blade neck knife in this case. But you can definitely see the family resemblance between these two, I think. But anyway, the Lil Friend comes in at 42 and some change. It's got a D2 blade, about 1.4 inches long, G10 handles, a little bit slab-sided, but this is just a 2-finger knife, essentially, as you can see right there. Yeah, despite it looking like, this could be a bigger finger groove right here. It almost looks like they scaled it down from a bigger design. But despite that being, quote unquote, a too small of a finger groove, at least for my fingers, it actually works. It ramps out nicely. Not a scalpel, a little bit of a small wedge for everyday carrier, although to be fair, it is thinner than the Rockstub we just talked about. Comes with a Kydex sheath with a ball chain right there. No belt attachment here, which is hardly surprising. 2 rivets on the sheath right there, so it keeps it from twisting around when it is hanging around your belt or neck. And I never thought I would say this, actually. This would make a great 5th pocket fixed blade. That coin pocket in your pair of blue jeans, this would totally fit in there. That's a new genre that I've not like explored. That's cool.
How small do they make ulti-clips?
You might be able to finagle an ulti-clip on. Yeah, you could probably finagle one of the ulti-clips on there. It would feel like really bulky, I think, given the size of the sheath, but I bet you it could be done. The holes are really narrow, though. You might need different, you might need to get creative with your fasteners in that case. I'm not sure. Report back. The other thing they've done is they've upgraded the Atlas series with two tiers of upgrades here. The Atlas series, of course, is their folded steel frame series of folders, both in slip joint and in locking variants. The locking variants have always had a backlock, just like this, and they've been two-hand opening. But now, the Atlas TS, standing for thumb studs, is available. 3 blade shapes. You've got the clip point, the sheep's foot, and this newer drop point here. Almost like a spear point Barlow type of look to it, I would say, which I really like. Price is about $51. You've got D2 steel, 2.87 inches on the blade length. Crazy thin, of course, and almost deep carry clip, right side only in this case. But what a slim, capable carry right there. The weight on it, it's not a featherweight because it is a steel frame after all. It's just under 2 ounces, but super flat in the pocket, super easy to carry at that weight, and yet it deploys a standard size D2 steel blade, D2 with great edge retention at this price range for sure. Only a semi-stainless, so keep that in mind, but what a cool set of upgrades with that thumb stud right there, I would say. Cool urban carry for sure. They've also upgraded, at least the clip point at this stage, to the Atlas Big backlock right here. Coming in a little bit under $60. The blade is a little bit over 3.5 inches long. This case you've got stainless, 12C27. So it's not going to hold an edge like the D2, but it is significantly tougher. So, for like chipping and like bending and that sort of thing. And of course it is a stainless steel as well. Plenty of length on the handle there, even for all 4 fingers of my slightly larger than average hands. Keeping in mind, though, it's not a hand-filling grip. It's still that same slim construction. In fact, is it any thicker than the standard version? Maybe slightly. It's about the same. I'm not micrometering it here, but it seems about the same right there. At the larger size, the thinner blade stock here definitely it kind of leans into that character of nice sliciness for everyday carry. I like it. Very cool. I hope they do a thumb stud version of that sometime too. I know kind of why they do it, especially Boker being a German company. In Germany, if I know my German knife laws, which I'm not an expert, you can have a locking knife, but it can't be can't be one-hand opening. You can have a one-hand opening knife, but it can't be locking at the same time. So this would be, German compliant. The TS versions, of course, would not. All right, next thing they've done, kind of bringing a more affordable option to the table. Stick with me here. You know the Boker AK1, probably. German-made, premium knife, MagnaCut steel in this case. These are like $350, more or less. Comes with MagnaCut new aluminum handle options here in both blue and gold. Really cool knives. They're very comfortable. They also come in an alternate blade shape, although not in these new variants just yet. The lanyard hoop here at the back, you can actually take the scales off, and that's a separate piece. You can reverse it to keep it flush, which is pretty cool. Also comes with a leather pocket sheath with an ulti-clip embedded. Very cool knife. Not an affordable knife for most people. That's where this next knife comes in. Those are cool. Check those out. Those are new. You can see those too. This is the Sentinal. And yes, that's, at least according to the website right now, that's not spelled like Sentinel like you would expect. Maybe it's a German spelling of the word. Much more affordable, about 110 and just over in that case, but very similar profile, similar size, and yeah, just going to be that much easier to carry, of course. Steel is 14C28N. We've talked about that being nice and tough. Just under 3 inches on the blade with that straight clip point right there. Not too thick, not too thin. Leans away a little bit from super sliciness. You've got plenty of toughness in this blade right here. G10 for the handles. Nice thumb ramp there at the front for your pinch grips. Very, very nice. And in this case, rather than a leather sheath, they give you Kydex, and it does come, yep, there we go, with this attachment right here, which will enable both pocket and belt carry, or inside the waistband carry, if that's your thing. So there you go. Really cool pocket fixed blade, everyday carry fixed blade. If you've been lusting after the AK1 but have never been able to justify the price, maybe give this one a check because it checks a lot of the same boxes, basically. Next up, this knife feels underpriced, if I'm honest. It's not cheap. It's $106 and some change, but look at how gorgeous this blade is right here. This is the Overnighter from FP Knives. That's the F and the P right there. With, from Boker Plus, of course. D2 blade, just over 4.5 inches. You've got this harpoon point with the straight spine there. Yeah, really nice. Really good profile for all-around outdoor use. D2 is not the toughest steel, but you've got enough thickness on the stock here that it is still going to be very, very durable, and a high enough flat grind there that it's still going to be slicey enough for, hunting, skinning, camping, any of that sort of thing. Handles are burl wood, full tang, as you can see, and black pins. Are these wood pins, actually? I'm not sure. They're very good looking anyway. Yeah, it's not just deep black. It might not come across very well in the video, but yeah, I mean, this feels like premium fixed blade all the way. I even love the finish here above the ground flats. It reminds me of some of those things like higher end handmade fixed blades like Fiddleback Forge knives, for example. It's not the exact same as their spalted texture, but kind of similar. Ooh, I wonder if you might be able to grind fingernails on it. Comes with a black leather sheath like so. Nice and well done. Thick welt, stitched nicely. It's a whole package, man. And beautiful. Comfortable. Jimping for your thumb, for those who like that sort of thing. You could also scrape a fire steel with that really easily if you wanted to do that, which is nice because some folks don't like a sharpened spine or a crisp spine to throw ferro rod sparks. This spine is not crisp, so you got the jimping there to bring it back. All right, next knife is not part of Boker's mission to provide more cheaper alternatives to some of their other things. Limited edition M4 Sherman Boker with Nichols Ladder Damascus on the blade steel. $850 for this, and they are serialized out of 500, as you can see right here. Rose gold all around on the accents and on the finish on that blade. Carbon fiber for the front in a shred type, and titanium on the back. I have always loved this knife in its design for sure. This one is obviously a pricier version. We don't have some of the other versions that we used to have. Maybe those have kind of all sold out. We do have a $534 version though.
There's a bargain.
But it is such a cool shape for an everyday carry knife, quite honestly. Clip point blade, just under 3 inches. Good feel in the hand. It's tall enough this way that you've got a lot of meat to grab onto if you need to push into some meat. I don't know. Push into a heavier cut. Milled clip, ball bearing on the pivot, little plastic protector there that we forgot to take off before the video. Usually they charge extra for that sort of thing, don't you know? They're German after all. There you go. Check out the Sherman. Limited edition. Very, very cool. Next up, dropped earlier this week, manual button lock Jinns from Heretic Knives right here. $275 for this, US made. We have got a 3-inch blade of Magna Cut steel in this sheep's foot shape with speed holes to make it go faster, of course. I like this version with the gold, or is this they call it a bronze finish on the Magna Cut blade with green, I almost said G10, green aluminum on the handles, reversible clip, and of course, the button lock. Flipping action's pretty darn good. Doesn't equal, I would say, Malibu levels of niceness, but it is very nice. And of course, it works well in the left hand as well.
If you're left-handed.
If you're left-handed. And the clip is reversible, so you can take advantage of that for sure. Overall, just a really nice size and shape if you like this type of blade shape for your everyday carry. Very utilitarian, very acute at the tip, despite being a sheep's foot style. So that's very usable. Powerful cuts thanks to that big straight edge. You can really muscle through some stuff. And it's compact. I mean, that's a 3-inch blade. Look at how small they've managed to get the handle as well. Like for people who really stress about like handle to blade ratio, this has got it for sure. I mean, to the max. with the design. It's all the way to the back essentially, and docked here at the front, or chopped off if you want to say, to give it a an extremely well balanced look in that open position. I like it. That's very cool. Ooh, Microtech is making things more affordable with the TAC-P Mini for the first time. The TAC-P has been around for a few years, of course. Now they've made it smaller, and the price is a little smaller too, I think, $79. I don't have the old ones, aren't live on the site anymore for me to compare, but I think they were more expensive. Either that or this is a case of shrinkflation, I'm not sure. TAC-P, what is it? Well, it is a stainless steel tactical spike, essentially. Self-defense, obviously, is kind of its raison d'etre. You've got a glass breaker here on one end, texturing or milling on the handle to give you some traction, and a flattened out but sharpened spike end for, we'll say, perforation, shall we? And you can do your knifey stuff too. Like this will certainly open a box, open packages when you need it. If you don't have a knife on you, why not? Why don't you have a knife on you? You can't really unscrew the end here, but part of me, like the stupid part of my brain, really wants to be able to unscrew this so you can use this as like a survival straw, but I'm stupid like that, so don't listen to me. Now they're gonna quote me on that whenever they disagree with me on something.
Done.
Here's the sheath. Carbon fiber style Kydex, nice tight fit, ulti-clip. So this is going to enable pocket carry or inside the waistband carry really nicely, and you can get at it, do what you need to do, and get on with your day. $79, US made, Microtech TAC-P Mini. All right. Affordability is the word of the day, yes. Man, that's a good price. Moras have always been affordable, yes. They continue to be affordable. This is the Risberg, which you may be looking at it and go, that looks a lot like the basic. And it is. The main difference, lanyard hole. That may not be a big deal to some, but it will be a great big deal to others. So yeah, now you can get the basic, just called the Risberg, with a lanyard hole. At this point in time, carbon steel, which is the carbon steel they use is 1095 essentially. They call it something else, but it's 1095. And 12C27 for a stainless option. And $15. $15. There's a reason we say Mora over really anything so often, because for the price, even at 4 times the price, this is a phenomenal knife. It's built really well. The fit and finish is great on this knife. You've got a finished spine. Not all of the cheaper Moras have a finished spine. You might have a little roughness going on there. This is a finished spine. The ergonomics are great. The design of the basic and now the Risberg has always been one of my favorite things to recommend to young people. Smaller hands, people unfamiliar with knives, because it's a manageable size, 3.6 inches, but it's still a size that can get real work done. And you've got a significant finger guard here in front of the very comfortable handle. Great set of things for newer people. But the Risberg here, you can get a few different handle variations. This is the one I liked the best. The lanyard hole is great. The Scandi grind is great. Works great on wood, especially. Thin enough, though, that it can still do slicier cuts. The thicker a Scandi grind gets, the less slicey it is overall. Really cool. And yes, I do face these the other way on the table. I know some people get mad about it, but that's the way the logos are on the blade. I always put logos up.
Deal with it.
Deal with it. Next up, the Amberg is here. The full flat ground versions of the Amberg are not here yet, but the Scandi ground versions are. 4.3 inches on the blade here, 12C27, $48 in this case. And it's the first new, well, if you want to call the Risberg a new handle shape, I wouldn't. It's just got a new, new lanyard hole, but it's otherwise the same shape as the basic. This is a whole new shape for this knife right here. And it feels really, really good. There's a few colors. Do we have carbon and stainless at this point in time, or are they all stainless? They're all stainless, 12C27, as mentioned. Full length finished spine here with a crisp edge. So for the bushcrafters that like to do the fire steel striking, that's a good option right here. Honestly, at this price especially, I would take this over the bushcraft black. I mean, that's been a super popular knife for a long time, and I definitely like what it brings to the table in terms of offering a finger guard. I think there's reasons at times where we might really want that, but to my hand, this is more comfortable. It's really good. Lanyard hole on this one as well. Check that out, don't you know? The sheath on this is a little more involved, although you wouldn't be able to tell right here. Oh, let me talk about the sheath on the Risberg. I forgot to do that. Another reason to choose the Risberg over the basic, even if you don't care about the lanyard hole, the sheath is like, it's symmetrical. It's truly ambidextrous. And the standard basic sheath, it only goes in one way. If you want to hold it, carry it on the left side, it's going to be facing this way, so it's going to be backwards. Or you put it on the right side and it's facing the right way. There you go. That sheath has fixed the issue right there. I like that a lot. Comes with a clip, belt clip with a retention hook at the bottom, drain holes at the end of the sheath right there. Anyway, back to the Amberg sheath for a minute. No belt attachment, you say. Wrong. Sorry, that was mean. Anyway, the ambidextrosity on this knife is achieved through the attachments. And I'm not going to pop it all the way on because it is difficult to get off. But you've got this sleeve essentially that would sit about there. It interlocks with these two tabs right here. And you can leave it like that, and that gives the ability to thread straps through in a couple different ways. Or you can pop on the old, if I can do it right, the belt dangler essentially. So that would be sitting about so, and this is rotatable, so you could tuck it out of the way at a nice angle if you want to, which I don't think we've really seen. That's not true. We've seen something like that on some Moras out there, but it's pretty cool. And then if you want to carry it on the other side, you pop the caddy off and flip it around and pop it back on the sheath right there. Drain holes at the bottom of that one as well. There you go. The Amberg in Scandi grind. Flat grind's coming soon, as far as we know. All right, Kizer now for some more attainably priced things as well. First, we have the Glaux, spelled Glaux from Kizer right here. Several knives featuring their, shall we just say, battle lock? Will people understand? Button actuated top liner lock right here, which operates on the same principles as Spyderco's compression lock. This one is 14C28N on the blade, just over 3 inches. Aluminum handles, just under $80 for this one. Feels good in the hand. I like the texture of the aluminum here. It's not too slick, which is nice. And of course, you've got the nice snappy action that the top liner lock will or can enable right there. Lefty friendly as well, and you don't have a reversible pocket clip to kind of maintain that lefty friendliness. Sorry, lefties. Yeah, I mean, it's a great EDC. It's a great all-around blade shape. I can kind of say a lot of the same things about a lot of the Kizers that we've got coming up right here. For instance, the Nice Guy. New version of this. Previous versions of this had a drop point blade and a liner lock. Now we've got the button actuated top liner lock and this clip point shape. Kind of echoes or might be riffing on like the MacV SOG buoy style of spine treatment right there. AEBL steel, 2.86 inches long. AEBL is similar to 14C28N in that Sandvik copied AEBL and called it 13C26, and then they made it more stainless and called it 14C28N. The more you know.
Leads.
Handle here, Brown Madder Norplex Ultrex Micarta. Norplex Ultrex Micarta. So many X's. It's cool. It's essentially a linen micarta right here that has a really good look to it. Blue accents, again, nice action. Decent feel in the hand, 3.5 finger grip for me. Plenty of space to choke up for a gorilla grip, however. I can say the same thing about the Glaux. It's just a slightly different shape to give you what you want. So if you like a clip pointy thing a little more, there you go. Go with that. If you like a drop point, go with the Glaux. They've also made another series of knives at about the same size, and about which I can say almost the same things. The Begleiter 2.9. This has been a bigger knife before. They've shrinked it down. Did I mention prices on the other ones? The Glaux is just under 80. The Nice Guy is about 55. Good deal. The 2.9 Begleiter here is just under 70 bucks with a 3-inch blade, 2.97 I should say, BD1N steel in this case, which is a nice, interesting choice as well. Blue Vortex Micarta, button actuated top liner lock, a slimmer carry in the pocket for sure with this one, and you do have reversible clip on this knife, as you do on the new Nice Guy. I didn't mention that. Still plenty there for a gorilla grip when you really need it. Yeah, really nice. Slicey profiles on all of these. They've also got a new blade shape for the Begleiter 2.9, and it has this Damascus right here. And interestingly, on these versions, crossbar lock instead of the top liner lock. Yeah, I'm just checking to make sure that's the case with all of them. Interesting. So the drop point versions are battle locks, and the modified Wharncliffes, which in practice are pretty much drop points, quite honestly, but it's just not the same drop point here. These are all crossbar locks. Interesting. And they should be, are they the clutch lock? Can't see in there, it's dark in there. Yes, they are. There's a series of holes, in this case 3, where you can move the one end of the Omega spring around and adjust the tension. This is set right in the middle right now, and it feels really good. Always feels really good. Yeah, that's cool. You can get the Damascus or BD1N in this this blade shape. S35VN as well. We don't have any of those left at the moment, however. Cool EDC, man. Very just a basic pocket knife done really, really well. Next up, the Nightjar from Kizer, designed by Vincent Rizzo. This is coming in about $70 with a 3-inch AUS 10 blade with the finger hole right there. So you've got a very secure grip on this thing. You've got enough of a finger guard here, and the edge starts a little bit further away from it. So it's kind of a hybrid between a guarded design or a grind through where your finger can actually get right up on the back end of the heel right there, the back edge of the heel, that back corner, I mean. This one has the guard there, and you've got the finger hole, so that is exceptionally safe feeling in my hands. You could really tackle, like really attack some cutting chores with that, I would say, and would feel quite secure. Gray aluminum for the handles. AUS 10 is a great steel, similar to your VG10 essentially, and coming in at $70, it's a great price for it as well. What if you don't want to use the finger hole? Well, it works really nicely, pinching, anchoring on the top end of the handle scales there, and your fingers touching through the hole. That's actually pretty nice too. Or you could cut like so if you wanted a little bit more reach for what you were doing. Handles are shaped really well too. Like they definitely give you a lot of grip that way. Sheath is Kydex. This is the right sheath, isn't it? Yes, it is. It comes with the slim dots style attachment right here. It's kind of 2/3 the width of the standard attachment right there, but that gives you really good belt carry. Is it pocketable? It's probably on the larger side, but it's just doable, I would say, if you wanted to throw an ulti clip on that knife. Next up, we have got the Mousebird from Artisan Cutlery. They know mouses aren't birds, right? Is there a Mousebird out there? Is that like a colloquial name for like some like more recognizable bird name?
When I catch the mouse in my house and throw it out the door, it's the Mousebird.
Be free, fly. This is a really cool shape, actually. $229 for this crystallized titanium version, $199 for standard titanium versions. They're coming with a 3-inch blade, S35VN steel, button actuated, top liner lock. What are they calling it? Top liner button. That's boring. But again, it's kind of operating on the same principles, near as I can tell anyway, as Spyderco's compression lock in the way it interfaces with the blade right there. Smaller handle, and yet 3.5 finger grip feels good, and I've got plenty of space again to choke up around the pivot for that full gorilla grip. Very stylish blade, S35VN, 3 inches, if I didn't mention that already. Super premium feeling, super nice. You can flick it with the cutout in the blade, or you can just push the button down and wrist flick it open or close as well. You got that finger safe closing action with this style of lock, which I always appreciate as well. Super nice. Reversible pocket clip in this case too, and it's milled pocket.
Reversible.
Trouble at the mill. Yes, reversible. So lefties rejoice, you got the option. Some might say that you could maybe front flip that, but I don't think that was intentional.
You can't.
It's not at a good angle at it. You could slow roll it, but like, man, good luck actually flipping that. To get a lot of wrist on. I guess you could do it.
I'm gonna call it on my part.
What?
I predicted you couldn't.
I'm every once in a while I have to surprise Thomas. Next up, good thing this one has thumb studs, huh? The Lanky, a premium version of the Lanky. Standard versions, before I tell you this one, are around like $43 with an RPM 9 blade, but if you want real serious edge retention, S90V is available on this one with titanium upgraded handles as well over the standard versions. $133 for this set of upgrades right here. Super, super narrow in the pocket, of course. As you can see right there, it comes with a completely deep carry clip mounted from the tail of the knife, which is really nice, which should make it reversible as well. Oh, man, that's so good. 3.6 inches, very narrow, pure Wharncliffe all the way, although there's a hint of curvature to the edge there, so we might want to say modified Wharncliffe in this case. PVD coating on that. Whew, it's a little needle, man. It reminds me a little bit of like a classier version of that, what's that cold steel? The Frenzy? It has like a long blade like this. It's bulkier than this, but it's kind of similar vibes, just more tactical, I would say. So I will. Next up, Gen 2 of the Halfbreed blades, medium infantry, new versions of this, with a VG10 core laminated blade. Very cool. You can actually see that core right there. This is a time-proven combination of materials here, famously used, of course, by the folks at Felkneven on their wonderful and battle and field-proven survival knives. Now you've got it on this very combat-oriented design right here. $325 for it. The blade is 5.3 inches long, drop point shape, but very combat style. Not a full flat grind and a thick blade. This is built for strength, not for slicing efficiency, and it should do pretty well on that. Furthering the strength quotient, full tang, of course, exposed at the back, giving you the crusher spot there to concentrate force when you strike with it. G10 handles, a few different colors, scalloped, almost that mountain texture, which, you know, the first time I ever saw this type of texture on knives, I thought that's going to be uncomfortable. That's going to be cause hot spots, right? It's not nearly as bad as you might think. If you're working it for hours, yeah, you might find some uncomfortable spots, but honestly, if you just wear even a thin pair of gloves, that would eliminate it entirely. But for most things, if you're taking it out, making a few cuts, getting on with your day, don't even bother. It feels really good. Cool knives, available in several other steels, of course, as well, and other blade shapes, just not in this, the new steel configuration right here. There's like 35 options in the medium infantry series on the website right now, which is pretty cool. Sheath is over here. It's injection molded. Clicks in right nicely. Comes with two dot style Molly clips as well as the standard dots clip right here if you want to have it easier on and off the belt with this or integrate with your Molly gear with these. Halfbreed have always done really well at including extra options in the package or giving you choices with what they supply. So you don't have to get the knife and go, now I got to go buy a clip or a belt thing, and just to make it work and to take care of you, they give you extra options. Always a cool thing. Last, but certainly not least, and the reason I put such a kind of premium brand right here at the end, it is because in all likelihood, these will be sold out by the time this video posts, but I never get to talk about the Chris Reeve backpacker, and I want to talk about it. So we have some on filming day.
So quit yakking and talk about it.
So I'm going to talk about it. Just don't come after me if they're sold out. 4.02 inch Magna Cut blade, signature hollow grind from Chris Reeve, highly refined polished convex edge, micarta handles. These run about $300, and you may be thinking, really? They do feel special in hand. And the cool thing about the backpacker is it feels light for its size. So it really is kind of focusing on that, backpacking mission where ounces equal pounds and pounds equal pain over the course of a day or even several days of backcountry hiking. This is comfortable and lightweight and agile. It's just such a cool thing. And it's finely made too. It's just like really nice. My only critique of the Backpacker is I wish it was instead of a 4.02, I wish it was like a 3.98 inch blade. There are just a couple places I know of that have a 4-inch blade length limit. Now, if you're backpacking or hiking, I think those places, that limit doesn't apply, but when you go back to town, maybe it does. And it just might be nice to have that. Anyway, great all-around shape. Even if you're not into backpacking, if you just like a finely made, agile fixed blade for around camp, for hunting, you could do a lot worse than this knife right here. Just seriously, like the balance is phenomenal. And it comes with a Kydex sheath, like so. Nice and flat. I don't think it comes with belt attachment hardware, though. You have to supply your own. Kudos to Halfbreed for including it, though. Anyway, that's all we've got time for today, folks. I about to almost gave him my FAQ speech, like keep your questions coming. If you're unaware, on Saturdays we do we answer your questions in a video every week. So if you have questions, comment section, drop them down below. But also let me know your favorites this week in the comments. And if you want to get your hands on any of them, check out the links that were provided to take you over to KnifeCenter.com. While you're there, don't forget, we've got a Knife Rewards program. It's been going on a long time. You can earn free money. And don't forget about new payment options at checkout, including Sezzle if you want to break things into smaller payments. I'm David C. Anderson from the Knife Center. That's Thomas behind the camera. We're signing off. See you next time.